Okay, so another
Garbage.
Vinegar Syndrome regional classic.
Yeah.
Did you say garbage?
Oh, you enjoyed it?
I mean, yeah, there are things I liked about it. You
Yeah,
found
there
it
are some things.
okay,
Some
interesting.
things. I enjoyed some of it.
Perhaps
Not all
I'm
of
the
it.
one that liked this movie the most.
I don't think I liked it as much as you did.
Yeah,
If I think the amount of like that you like, I didn't like it as much. But I
if your
still
like
liked it.
is beyond not liking it, perhaps I don't like it as much as you liked it. This is, as Vinegar Syndrome called it, a regional classic from Colorado, a horror movie,
Okay.
Curse of the Blue Lights,
Yes.
1988.
Yeah, 1988, Curse of Blue Lights. I guess it's a regional classic to Colorado specifically.
Right.
Nobody else heard of it.
Charming movie
Yes.
is what the back of the box says. Regional charm.
I can see some charm
Yeah.
from the ghouls
Well,
and the...
let's cheers. on
Cheers.
that. Yeah. Yeah, gives you power. This is a weird movie because, to me, there are a few things that are very well done, and then a lot of things that are not well done.
Yeah.
There are these ghouls in this movie, practical makeup.
Yeah, practical makeup effects.
Yes.
They use beans as like guts, I guess.
Yeah, you know, there's some good makeup effects in this movie. There's these ancient ghouls. This weird character. This guy, he's like this it's like he's a judge in an old movie.
Oh, Loaf?
Set in the 1800s. Loaf.
Yeah. Yeah, Loaf.
Green, wrinkled up, fucked up face, sharp teeth,
Yeah.
red eyes, and he wears like a black top hat and kind of a dark coat.
You can tell this man, he wanted to put his all into this character.
Yes. He
Yes.
was doing his ghoul Shakespeare
Yes.
kind of thing.
And he was good. He was great. And
Yeah.
You had Moon Pig.
Yes. She did have hooves. And then sort of the corn pone kind of
Oh, yeah.
goofy character. But good kind of demon zombie characters.
Yeah.
And they're trying to resurrect
A
some
demon god.
guy thing.
Morback?
Not Marduk.
No, not Marduk.
Not some goofy ass name like that.
We'll call him Margot.
Margot
Sure.
Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
They're trying to resurrect Margot Robbie.
Yes.
They gotta get, I guess, so many dead bodies to get all. They gotta get all their guts out. I
They
guess.
melt these bodies to make his body.
Yeah. To resurrect him. So
Yeah, and there's some good scenes. So they kill a farmer at the beginning, and then you see later on. Of course, there's some fucking young high school kids that stumble into this shit. But you see the three ghouls underneath the cemetery, and they have this farmer's body on this sort of stone thing.
yeah.
And they're like spooning acid onto his face. You see his face melt off, and then worms are coming out.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Pretty
That
well
was
done.
a good. Yeah, that was a good one for that. The lamest part of this movie, which I assume you're probably going to say as well, is the damn kids.
Yeah, they're
just
terrible.
Terrible actors. Some parts it definitely looked like they were just reading from a cue card.
Yes.
Yeah. One woman, like, she is staring right at the camera, just reading off to the police officer. You gotta know that we found this stone thing from a story that everybody in this town knows about that happened 100 years ago. And
We could literally,
Yeah.
you and I,
Yeah.
somebody could feed us a thing and we could do better acting on the fly than this
more feeling.
scripted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At least make
these
it more
kids,
funny.
the
but-
kids just, oh, well, I mean, we can act and be funny.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be funny,
Right.
but it's
You
just
could-
like, I remember it was. I saw this quote. I think it was like Ian McKellen or something. They were like, "How do you do it? How do you just embody these characters like Gandalf? How do you do it?"
Yeah.
And he was like, I just sort of, but with his posh,
Right.
I just sort of envision myself as the character, and I pretend to be it. It's like, can you not envision yourself how you would feel if you saw your fucking friend get murdered in front of you by a demon?
Right.
Apparently not.
Not these people.
The kids are just like, oh no, what? Or there's nothing. They're just like, oh, okay, move on.
When the cop came up, he's like, "Hey, your friends Tim and Theodore. Where are they at? They've been missing." Or what was it? Alluded to that they were dead or something like that. No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, weird. Weird. I hate those kids.
They went into that crypt, and there's these bodies everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
There's a skeleton with full-on eyeballs, like the cover of Dead Alive.
Dead Alive. Yeah.
Yes, it's just like that fucking skull with the eyes, and they're just like, they just walk by it like,
yep.
Then they're watching that shit we were talking about a minute ago with the melting of the body of the ghouls. They're looking through that
Dead
little.
silence.
They're just like. So they're like,
day.
"Hey, we should get out of here." They're like, "Okay."
Oh, but before that, what was it? A possum or a rat was on the lady's
Yeah,
foot.
a rat. Yeah, it was a rat.
That made them scream. But not all the dead bodies, not these weird ghoul things that they've never seen before.
Yeah.
Melting of a body, no. No, we're just all cool, calm, collective. Just
Yeah.
another day.
So this script, everything about this movie is kind of bad. It's just how it's set up. I'm fine with not explaining stuff.
Right.
Really, I'm really fine with that. But it's just how everything is. Nothing is really pieced together because you start off. There's like this other legend of these blue lights, right? So we got there's the train thing.
The train, the blue lights crashed.
Supposedly, the dude that was running the train put blue lights instead of red, so you had two trains crash together.
Yes.
And now it's a ghost town. So they're talking about this. And then 5 minutes later, they're talking about another fucking legend about this thing because they stumbled upon this fucking hand sticking out of the ground. They're like, oh, it's this statue of this thing that was here, but it looks like a person, and we're gonna go dig it up because we want to get rich off of so these kids.
I do like one of the girls.
Really dumb.
I think she did it both times. It was like somebody would say, "Oh, that's a stupid story for believing it." But yes, I have heard about that story, and I believe in ghosts, even though they're bringing up ghosts.
Yes.
Yeah. And what was the thing you said in it? Like, what is this, a town of 1,000 stories or legends?
Yeah,
or something like
there's
that?
just like all these different weird things happen here, but yeah. Anyway, it's like this thing of they find this statue, these kids when they're fucking in these cars or whatever. They find this pendant thing, and so they have to. I don't know. They run away and they see a witch, and the witch is like, "This pendant thing's bad, and if these ghouls get it, then they're going to use it to resurrect this thing."
Yeah.
Which is, and so they're like, okay, and she brews them a fucking potion that they can use.
Yes, but they got to drink it.
They have to give it to the ghouls while they're
sleeping.
Except when they don't.
Yes, you can just throw it on them, but we'll leave that part out.
It's just like, I think it's a fun mess.
Yeah.
This is the thing. It started off kind of slow for me, but it became such a ridiculous, stupid mess. I got into it.
Okay.
I was into it. I was enjoying the nonsense, the ghoul characters. the bad acting from these kids.
Yeah.
The fucking stupid ass cop that's constantly pulling him over for speeding, and then he pulls him over for walking. What are you doing out here? The guy literally taking the keys from the car and abandoning these kids on the road. Earlier, the cop took their keys and wrote them a speeding ticket and said bye, and so they're just like stranded in the middle of nowhere. It's just funny. There's so many things that don't make sense, and that to me is entertaining.
Yeah.
It's filled with that
The
stuff.
ghouls got their own cop car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Stendo
yeah.
hands.
The fucking yeah.
I grabbed
Yes!
the kid.
I forgot that. 10-foot-long arms reach out, grab, and pull the kid in.
That was
Yeah. They turned that kid into a snake.
cool. Yes. Never came back.
There's this whole fucking scene where that hick, I said corn pone earlier, the hick ghoul and the leader ghoul have this long discussion about what they're going to turn the kid into.
Yeah.
The body's like laying there. And he's listing off all these different animals and shit.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're saying all this stuff.
That's another thing about this movie. The audio's pretty terrible.
Yeah, and we don't like subtitles, so it just whatever.
You just have to go by the feeling.
It didn't matter.
I know.
But yeah, they were going through all these animals, what you could turn them into, and this is like a 2-minute conversation. And then he's like, he does a thing, and the kid turns into a boa constrictor.
Yeah.
And then later on, the main guy, the ghoul guy, it just has the snake around his neck, and he's like stroking the snake. It's like, hey,
Like getting at it.
yeah, he's like with the snake. It's just, there's so many weird things that happen in this, and I really respect the people that made this movie.
Yeah.
Because it's like they barely made it. This is the feeling of this.
Yeah.
It barely happened. All these great effects from the makeup and all this.
Yeah.
The acting is terrible. The directing is terrible. Everything everybody says is terrible.
Yes.
But they barely pulled it together. It happened. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got all the zombies in on it.
Oh, yeah. Zombie horde.
Yeah.
He summons a zombie horde later.
Yep. Zombie horde. They all get shot the fuck up by the cops. There was
Heads explode.
Yeah, heads explode. That was cool.
Yeah.
I'm still wondering if when the kid was trying to cut the moss off, if that actually happened, that the blade broke.
I don't.
And they just left it in, and he just kind of ran with it. But I feel like I don't think he purposely meant to do that, because that's a bit of acting, improv, that I don't think. Because he still got the moss off fine after that.
Yeah,
it was just
dumb.
He's cutting moss off a tombstone.
My knife broke.
From some moss.
They go see this crazy witch psychic that's acting like she's some sort of like mystic gypsy or some shit. It's just this crazy old lady.
Put her heart and soul into it.
Oh, she
Crazy
did some
gypsy.
acting. Yeah, she did some acting.
Yeah.
And she tells them that she just knows all about all this shit that's happening. She was just waiting for these teenagers to show up. She had been waiting for decades. And then she says, I have a special potion.
Yeah.
But you got to go get the ingredients.
Yeah.
And so that we see them they're in a graveyard and they scrape moss off of a thing to put in a bag. And that's where, his knife breaks when he's literally, he doesn't hit the stone. He just hits he's like, oh, my knife. And then the one kid gets sucked into the ground.
Oh,
But they bring it back to her.
Yeah.
She makes the potion. They leave, and then they leave the women with her. The women stick together, and then she just flips out and starts peeling her own face off. Why? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
She screams and scratches her own face, falls down. The girls run away.
I thought she was the big blue guy.
It's just this. There's so many random things that don't make sense, but it's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You finally see who? Margot.
Marduk Robbie.
Yeah, Marduk Robbie finally comes to life.
Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer. Yeah. She comes to life.
Yeah.
Look, he just looks like, what's up? Kind of pissed that he's awake. And then kills.
Yeah, we get this demon constructed from the flesh of all these people.
Yeah.
And it's just like this big demon thing. He runs around for a while, doesn't do anything.
Running is the overstatement.
The one
this man walks.
Walking slowly. Yes, walking slowly around.
Yeah.
Luckily, one of the dudes, the kids, had found a bottle of nitroglycerin.
Tiny vial like this.
Yeah.
He's had it in his pocket this whole time, battling zombies.
He chucked it at him. It didn't hit. It landed in the moss. It didn't explode. So we're like, oh. But then Marduk comes toward him, steps on it, and he's like that fucking horse in Sisu.
Yeah.
He just goes to pieces. It's so dumb. It's dumb.
Dumb movie.
Why don't we just go? Why don't you give us a score?
I'm going to have to give this one a 2.
2.
I wish I could give it higher, but what ruined it a lot for me was those kids, like, just not knowing either how to react comically.
Yeah.
Like, there was no reaction to things that needed a reaction from. It was just a blank stare reading off a cue card for them.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Ghouls were awesome. They were acting in character. I believe that they were ghouls for the time.
Yeah.
I would even say cop. I always would expect to see kind of a doofus cop just giving shit to kids.
A lot of those in these movies.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
It's just a staple. And then, even fortune teller lady. She was crazy and wacky. So she went all out being crazy and wacky. But yeah, the kids really ruined it for me on this one. I was hoping for more hijinks from the kids or more scares from the kids. But I wasn't getting. Like, just being more afraid. Just them not having, like, any sort of reaction to it. Kind of really,
Yeah, they were the teenager was definitely the weakness of this movie. But the makeup, the effects that happened in this, just how fucking stupid and bad it is. When we're looking for unique, terrible experiences, I think this is one of those, and I want to give it a 4. I want to give it a 4. Yeah, 4. I do.
Mighty high.
Well, I think a 2 is pretty low. Maybe we come together on a 3. We just give it a 3, but a joint 3.
A joint 3.
But I think if you like this kind of trashy horror from the 80s, you will get something out of this. It is garbage.
Yeah.
It is definitely garbage. But there is, as they say on the back of the box, a charm, a regional charm to this movie.
Yeah.
And I felt a lot of effort in the construction of this shitty movie.
Right.
And I think there was enough there to check it out. Amira, give us your score. 2.
Oh, she said a 2.
A whole 2? I thought it'd be way less than that. She was going to go take a nap. She's like, I'm going to take a nap.
I heard her snoring earlier.
She's like, I'm going to take a nap, and then she was searching for bath curtains on Amazon.
Huh.
It was good.
Okay. A little sleep shopping there.
Yeah, sleep shopping.
Yeah.
It's a good name for a movie, sleep shopping.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
You have heard our perspectives on this terrible movie.
Right.
Check us out on Rumble, like, subscribe.